All right, welcome in, everybody. The best way to start off your week, in and out, tapping in with us on Mondays, the show that gets you paid by your bookie via Cash App or Venmo each week, and you're not sending the payment back there. That's Daily Bread with Sosa and Rex, powered by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be checking them out as the playoffs keep continuing on if you need that NHL action. As usual, Sosa and Rex here live on Twitter at Daily Bread Media. Give us the like, retweet, and follow there if you already aren't. If this is your first show, probably going to be a doozy and a good one for your first one, but we appreciate it to all returning back people. We appreciate you, Chad. It is the best show on the internet because you got the best commenters out there on YouTube. Give us the like, give us the sub, drop your best bets, anything you want to talk about. There's a lot to talk about today in the NBA. We got the series tied 2-2 from the two series yesterday. The Mavs and the Sixers took care of home court, so none of those series have started yet since a road team hasn't won there. And then tonight we got another potential 2-2s. In the NHL, you have 2-2s all around. And then the MLB, we're going to try to stay hot like the Dodgers because the Yankees are no longer hot.
It happens.
Breaking news. You said Cinco de Mayo was like the curse for them. You said that's when they're going to start hitting it better. I think they had too much tequila and mezcal that week.
Hey, man, Yankees still look good. It's very surprising that they're this good early in the season. I mean, let's get into yesterday. Couple takeaways. I am being reminded why Chris Paul is such a bitch. And why
I picked the Mavs. You're welcome.
And why he's a career fucking loser because of games like the last two that we've seen. It's funny, we were just in a space and a dude said, Chris Paul's really inconsistent in the playoffs. And people were like, they were appalled at that. Like he is very inconsistent. He got out of the first round off of James Harden's back and a Phoenix team that beat three teams that all had an all-star missing last year in the Western Conference playoffs.
And then before that, when he was the main guy, Steve never made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Never got out the second round as a number one guy. Yes, that comment is actually 100% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul in the playoffs is wildly inconsistent. He's a regular season superstar. He puts up amazing numbers in the regular season. Listen, man, I don't really want to hear that because the thing about Chris Paul is Chris Paul's had a reputation of being a flopper, of being an actress, and a role of which he's passed on to Jay Crowder, who flops every fucking time he's touched. So I don't want to hear it. It's reputation. It goes two ways. He's a flopper. People are getting flopped. The game is the game. I'm sorry.
Not in the current Suns, we're saying, prior to the Rockets when he was with the Clips and when he was with the Pels.
Hey, listen, you can say the calls are terrible. I'm not gonna disagree with you. But what I do know is that Dallas has played great defense. They've played great defense. People keep blaming the refs. DeAndre Ayton should be ashamed of himself. He's really Michael Olowokandi. He's fucking stinks. Dallas doesn't even have a real fucking center, and this guy's playing mediocre basketball. They don't even have a real center. And I keep hearing the refs. DeAndre Ayton's playing like DeAndre Jordan.
I was about to say, you haven't mentioned the biggest factor in the entire reason why the Mavs are two games. Finney Smith. Finney Smith, man.
Great ball.
He cannot fucking miss right now, and that's where, when we had the roundtable part 2, my whole thing was I think the Mavs get the series, and I think Kidd gets the defense there right at home. I still think it goes 7 like my prediction. I think the Mavs just need the 3-and-D guys to step up. Going back for the next game, it could be ugly, though. Because the Suns, I think, are ready for a rout in the next one, but that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
You know what? Again, we know the rules. People aren't you don't win a series. The series doesn't start till a road team wins a game, right? Neither team has done anything that's special here. They've just won 2 games on their home court. And which brings me to the next game, the late night game, which was us.
And it's the same thing. We just won at home.
Correct.
And with Embiid there, much different, and it allowed Harden to finally have that pop game. I expected it to come 3. He took a game to get back to groove right with Joel, and last night he finally just had the juice. It was the first time you saw him in a long time. He had the juice in the legs. and he just went out there and was themselves. Maybe beforehand he was trying to play the best for the Sixers and maybe not the best for himself. And last night, maybe he saw him be a little more selfish. And that really isn't the worst thing. Sure, maybe still not 100% health-wise or fit-wise, but last night he took the shots and they went in. Just got to give him credit there.
Absolutely. You know me, I don't love the guy. Whoever that is, we get it, bro. We get it.
I just wanted to make sure I'm showing all of them for him.
In regards to James Harden, I do give people their flowers when they deserve them. He played great last night. Being there was fun as hell to witness. Obviously, the James Harden step back gave us that that real classic moment. First one in a Sixer uniform. How about Bam Adebayo though? Just absolutely sucking. Like he's just absolutely fucking horrible in 2 games. And listen, I say the whole 2 games at home winning bullshit. I say that respectfully because we would have fucking at least won one of those games in Miami if Embiid had played. But we can't revise history, right? We can't. So it is what it is. We got to go to you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. They played 2 games in Miami without arguably the best player in the league, which is something we're going to talk about after.
That's not the craziest thing in the world. We've seen it when they matched up prior in the playoffs. Sure, Bam was younger there, but there's not many big men or center trying to just give Bam a little bit of respect that looked good against Embiid.
No, absolutely. And like I said, people were crediting how versatile he is defensively. Bro, you can be versatile all you want. Ain't no stopping 7'2", 280. You're not. Good luck with that. You can't stop him. Bro, we saw an NBA team play. They played zone predominantly the entire game, and it looked like a college game defensively. They were throwing all types of high lows over the tops to Embiid. It was insane. It looked like a fucking college game. I expect us to win in 6. This series would have been teetering on over had Joel Embiid played every game in this series. Those are my thoughts.
Love to hear it. Run Pure sucks. Don't know why it sucks, but we appreciate you tapping in with us today.
Indeed.
There's one center, and it's fucking Gasol.
Yeah, the only guy I've ever seen really like fuck with him
Gasol.
Is Jokic. He barbecues. AD. He barbecues.
Gasol.
Hey, man, I do believe we have the ability to beat y'all 4 straight because, like I said at the beginning of the series, there is no answer for 21.
You want to get into today's plays? I guess the over-under for my tweet should have been about the Sixers game rather than that because we're going to talk about the one Serie A match today. That's how we'll start it off. Then we'll get into the MLB action, and then we'll wrap it up with more NBA talk for the night games. We appreciate all of you who are tapping in with us. We'll be out here before 1 o'clock, so we'll get through our best bets pretty quickly here. Give us that like, give us that subscribe. It definitely helps us out.
Yes,
all right, Sosa. On Thursday, we nailed it with Roma on the money line against Leicester. Mourinho, at the end of the season, got to get the board, got to get all the good juju behind them. They're currently sitting in the Europa spot. They're playing Fiorentina today on the road, who Fiorentina has a big-time rest advantage since there's Roma wants the Europa Conference League title, the Europa Junior League title so bad. So that's where I'm a little nervous to be playing on the Roma team total over 1.5 at plus 155 because we could see potential rotation here. But Fiorentina, if they get the outright win here, they'll tie Roma up there and there'll be a 3-team spot for the last one headed in there. I think Mourinho wants to get some good groove in there since Fiorentina has yet to score in 3 of their past 4 matches. So we're going to go with the Roma team total over 1.5 at plus 155. Maybe we see a 2-2 game. We don't need to rely on Roma to win. We just need 2 in the back of the net.
Yes, sir.
All right, MLB.
Italian League soccer. Don't you just love it?
Yeah, I missed the MLS. It was good over the weekend for us.
Indeed. I got 3 baseball plays for the people. I'm actually going to start it off with a parlay, and it's
everyone's favorite word.
The juicy one. It's the Dodgers and Brewers both on the super run line at minus 2.5, and it's a parlay that gets you to plus 450. I believe I believe that it's just two great matchups. Obviously, the Brewers are playing the Reds, who aren't really a real baseball team. The Dodgers are playing the Pirates, who also aren't really a real baseball team. Um, Outside of travel, I like both of them to get fucking smoked. There's really no like it would take extreme mistakes from both of these teams. I think the Brewers and Dodgers are shaping up to be two of the easiest teams to bet on all year. They have great pitching. Their lineup, the Brewers lineup is batting better, and we all know the Dodgers. Pretty simple. So yeah, Dodgers, Brewers -2.5 each game at +450.
Love it. A nice little plus 450 to start it off. Is Holland to City really official?
Yeah, it's official.
I mean, that's been the rumor, but you never know fucking footy rumors, man.
Well, they were trying to get Vlahovic, and he was not.
Yeah, he went to Juventus, who just
Yeah.
lost 2-1 to Genoa. That was real good for Juventus.
They couldn't get him, so that's who they've ended up with. All right, my next play for tonight in
Scherzer and the Mets didn't run it in Game 1 yesterday.
Right, you were there. Game 2, though, they smacked the shit out y'all.
Bro. Yeah, that was miserable.
Next play on the docket today is Rangers Yankees, no runs first inning. Nestor Cortez has cashed us out 3 times already. We look for 4 from Nestor.
20 minutes to get that one in. If you want to get there, definitely like that game. Beautiful weather up there. The ball should be flying for the Yanks today.
Yeah, and also love the Yankees in a bounce back spot, 100%. There's another nerfy I like. It's a ton of juice on it. It's in the Oakland Athletics Detroit Tigers game. It's at -140. I lean the nerfy in that game. No runs first inning. Oakland Detroit. It's at -140 though.
So you got 2 of the worst teams in the past 7 squaring off against each other tonight out in Seattle, because you got the Phillies, who are 2-5 over the past 7, barely getting 3.7 runs per game, and then you have Seattle, who's 1-6 over their past 7, only getting 2.3 runs per game. Is the under the easy look with Flexen at home and Ranger Suarez? I mean, I don't think it's ever safe with Suarez on the mound because he can just explode quickly. The Phillies had a bullpen day yesterday, but they used a lot of guys who will probably not be in the rotation going forward. Is the Mariners money line at -113 a little too easy? It seems to be, because I saw Jer was on it. I think it's not a public play per se. I can't say that without looking into it, but seems a little too easy.
It seems easy, but I mean, it's easy to fade y'all right now.
Game 1, they had the juice. Yesterday, it just looked like a bad spring training game. It's the easiest way to put what Game 2 looked like, and especially when the Phillies decide to do a bullpen game. I just looked at it. We knew it was going to get ugly. Got into Tony Luke's line. We're all good.
At least you got a good sandwich. You didn't go for a cheesesteak, did you?
Yeah, from Tony Luke's.
You got cheesesteak. Oh, okay. I'm not a Tony Luke's guy, but good stuff. It's good stuff.
It was at our Campo, so I went to Tony Luke's, obviously.
Oh yeah. You made the right choice. You definitely made the right choice. Campo's is a fucking ground beef sandwich. I don't nobody want that bullshit. God. Whew. It's the worst.
Yep. So in this game here, I mean, I'm just kind of tempted to take the Phils at this point, because so the first thing I came to you on the pregame show, when we usually don't talk about lines, I was like, it just seems too easy for the Mariners, so fuck it. The first time we'll be back in the Phils will be today at +105 on the money line.
He said you'd be at Max's. Boo. Anybody that fucks with Max's or D'Alessandro's, y'all weirdos. They be ground beef sandwiches. Don't nobody want that bullshit.
D'Alessandro's used to be good. Can't
they used to be
disrespected there.
They're fucking gone now. They're terrible.
That's all right, Jer. I'll have the first head-to-head with you. Anything else you like in this MLB slate before we get into the NBA slate?
Yes, sir. No. I have nothing else for Major League Baseball. Just 3 plays. That's all.
All right, sweet. Let's get to the NBA. Sosa, I have a feeling we might have a few head-to-heads between us today. Let's start it off with the Bucks and the Celtics. from a total perspective and from an outright perspective. So I'm assuming you like the Bucks, you like them big, and you like them to go over their team total. That's my guess.
It's like this guy knows me, man. It's fucking awesome. This is why the Bucks are gonna fucking win tonight, and the series will go no longer than 6 games. It will probably end in 5, maybe 6. There's nothing that supports you picking me picking Boston today.
Nope.
They shot twice as many free throws as Milwaukee. Don't know if that's ever fucking gonna happen again. They hit 9 threes. Milwaukee only hit 9 threes. They lost the rebounding battle. They lost the turnover battle. I'm not and you had Al Horford play out of his fucking mind. Right? Boston loses tonight. Milwaukee on the money line. I'm not going to give an alt spread because that cost me the sweep on Saturday. I got some DMs about that too. Like a couple of Celtics fans, like if you weren't such a thirsty asshole and you just hated on the fucking Celtics, then we wouldn't have. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted the big extra bread. My fault. You know what I mean, I was still right. They lost.
Good point by Reach there.
Yeah, you know what? I said it also beginning before the series that these Boston guys, even though they're young, they look like they turned the corner as far as trusting their teammates. Jason Tatum, while he will give the ball up and does willingly give the ball up now, he reverts back to that ISO style of basketball where he takes tough shots and they don't fall. And that happens to a lot of these guys who are wannabe Kobe clones. Like it happens to Devin Booker all the time too. They're not Kobe though. So all these hard shots that he keeps trying to take, when they don't fall, the game looks bad. And he also started looking for baiting calls. He started baiting for calls, trying to get foul calls instead of just playing his game. Everything tells me here it's a Milwaukee spot at home. Their bench players play better at home. They didn't even play well last game. They still stole a win. Remember, they were up by 13 entering the fourth quarter. They pretty much tricked the game off and got it back on the last possession, right?
So this is where I like the Celtics today, man. I don't know what's telling me about it. I think we see this go 2-2 as well. And the biggest reason is the Celtics, I mean, they did get to the line 17 more times, but and that takes down their shot attempts, but they shot 32 for 87, which is 36.8%. They haven't shot under 40% any time that they've played Milwaukee this entire season. So that's where I think that was their drop game. And it's the biggest part is they both shot the same 9 for 33 from 3. Milwaukee's owning the inside like we've expected. The mid-range game is completely non-existent for Boston right now. And even when they're getting to the rim, everything's extremely contested and they're going down hard. So that's just kind of where Boston, I think, doesn't rely on the 3 to their death tonight. I think they're going to make it a presence and go and hit them back when they're going up instead of being scared on the inside. Because if you're going to give Milwaukee, sure, they're at home. You can't let them own the paint. Then that's the biggest thing I've seen. They've owned the rebounding in the series, and that's where I think Boston fights back. I like them to win, but I'm not going to make it official because I'll rock with some on the Bucks tonight. Because if you're not going to own the paint, I can't trust you to win outright.
Bucks are going to win this game by double digits. I'm sorry. There isn't a metric that shows me. There's not a metric that would show me that Boston is the better team, is in an advantageous situation here. In a game which you shoot twice as many free throws as the other team and you still lose, you're primed to get your ass whooped in the next game, bro. No, that zigzag shit is over. It's over after tonight. I'm telling you, Milwaukee finna smoke these boys. Milwaukee money line, you get it at a price at minus 106, you got to take it. I'm sorry. I like Milwaukee 100% across the board. Y'all keep bringing up this missing Middleton shit. I told y'all this at the beginning of the series. That's a lie, because with the guys on the bench that they bring in, they all space the floor. Chris Middleton needing the ball in his hands would actually just stop the offense. But again, I know basketball, so I don't know why people keep insinuating this notion that it's a bad thing. Specialists actually kill Boston worse than ISO players. That's how you beat team defense, with specialists who you have to guard outside of 20 feet who don't necessarily make a lot of money. But that's the NBA and how it's been forever. So yeah, that's just where I'm at. I like Milwaukee across the board tonight.
All right, Sosa, you ready to go head to head?
Yeah.
You're pulling some minus 558 juice out of your ass because the Grizz are winning tonight, and I like them. I got a play. It's not a full unit, but I'm on plus 40, 433 on the money line. The Grizz, they got all. This is their bounce back game because if they lose tonight, they're going to lose game 5, and it's going to be over. After what happened in the last game and all the pool and all that shit, if people are overblowing or not, the Grizz have to come out from the start and play a full 4 quarters. First half is definitely the safer way to do it if you want to be crazy like me. I mean, I would obviously say take the plus 10 if you're too scared to take the money line. But I'm going to be crazy. Make it official. Not a full unit. I would obviously plus 433 on the Grizz. All right, so now tell me why I'm wrong.
Oh, these niggas about to get beat by a dub. The Dubs win by 20 tonight. They about to beat the shit out of Milwaukee or Memphis. All that we play good without Josh shit, that's over. He's been easily their best player in the series. They're about to get fucking smoked, dog. Steamrolled, boat raced, bent over. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like if Golden State didn't turn the ball over 14 times in the first half last game, they'd have won by fucking 50. What were y'all watching? And now you take their best player, play initiator, and playmaker off the floor, and they're just gonna magically find a way to match up with a team who was fucking them up. No, sorry, brother. I will happily go head to head with you on this one. They're gonna get smoked. They're gonna get their ass.
Yeah, just don't delete your Twitter account when you lose on a minus 560, Sosa.
It's a parlay piece. Leave me alone, dog.
I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing like a quarter of a unit, like 0.25, some fun money on it. I just think the Grizz are going to put up a good fight tonight. It's truly what I think. I think it's going to be a close game, and I love being on an island here on this one.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. It's like Revis Island, Alcatraz, whatever island you prefer.
I'm not blaming that. I'm not blaming that at all. I'm just saying they'll use exactly what Josh said as their motivation to go out and play this one tough.
Yeah, it's crazy out here.
Other than that, that's basically going to wrap us up for today's episode of Daily Bread. We started it off with talking about the Mavs series and the Sixers series. Then we got into one Serie A play, the MLB action, and then we just wrapped up our NBA plays. I'm on the island on my own on my one. But it is what it is. That's why we come here at Daily Bread. Make sure you all at me later tonight when the Grizz win. And Sosa might delete his Twitter account. Give us that like, give us that subscribe, and we're out.
His mentions will be empty.